here with the killers.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back with another video. Errol the Truth Spence is the most feared lion in this jungle we call boxing. Some of the deepest divisions right now in boxing is 147 pounds and 154. And when I say deepest, I mean it's the deepest when it comes to the young, hungry lions, the future of boxing. At 147 pounds, Errol Spence, he's been ducked by multiple possible opponents. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and the list goes on. A lot of people that falls under his whole IBF ranking. You know, in the future, we will see Errol Spence being the last lion standing in the 147-pound division. His next opponent is somebody that I have a lot of respect for, Lamont Peterson. I feel like the Lamont Peterson fight is definitely going to be the type of fight that puts Errol Spence on the next level. It's going to be one of those fights where when it's over and done with, we won't know the greatness of Errol Spence until Lamont Peterson moves forward in the 147-pound division and he knocks off some of the guys that people see as good or possibly some top competition. This Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson fight is a fight that's definitely going to put Spence in a position where he definitely starts to build up his resume, and his resume is going to be respected throughout boxing. A lot of guys are not going to want to get in the ring with Spence after this fight. And me, honestly, I'm not a fighter, so I don't blame them. But if I was, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You're a paid fighter. You're a prize fighter. You got to get in the ring and show you the best. If you don't believe you're the best, then just get out of the sport. Al Heyman, when it comes to his fighters, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and if I'm not mistaken, Jesse Vargas recently just signed back with Al Heyman as well. He needs to make his guys fight Errol Spence. Between Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, one of these two guys needs to be getting in the ring with Spence. Spence's second fight of 2018, if Spence will not be fighting Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has already made it known that he wants a tune-up fight when he comes back. So unless Sean Porter and Danny Garcia are going to scrap it out to get that Keith Thurman spot, one of these two guys definitely need to be fighting Errol Spence next. I don't know, whatever strings Al Heyman needs to pull to get Danny Garcia or Sean Porter ranked by the IBF, even though Kenny Porter has stated that he didn't want anything to do with the IBF. Al Heyman needs to put his foot down and make these fights happen and get the fans what they want. Because all this ducking and dodging, no, it's unnecessary, especially when it comes to the PBC platform. Like, this shit should be unacceptable. PBC is not Golden Girl. The best got to fight the best. Like, they've been putting on some great cards, so let's continue the trend. So, when the men are separated from the boys, and the men, like Lamont Peterson, get in the ring against Errol Spence, we're going to have some bangers. But it doesn't matter if Errol Spence is fighting Sean Porter. It doesn't matter if he's fighting Danny Garcia, Jesse Vargas, or Keith Thurman. Errol Spence will come out on top. But for me, this is just the beginning for Spence. See, Spence is a big boy. And I want Spence to set his mark at 147 pounds like Terrence Crawford did at 140. But see, after Spence set his mark at 147, it's time to move up to junior middleweight. Yeah, that 154, baby. Now, the possibility of Spence fighting a guy like Jamel Charlo, since they share the same trainer, you know, I don't like that. That's that shit sucks right there. And even though I like Jermell Charlo, I think Jermell Charlo choosing to go to go have the same training as Errol Spence, I truly believe that was a tactical move on Jermell Charlo's part to avoid fighting Spence in the future. Some people may say I'm reaching, but hey, that's my opinion. I think he saw Errol Spence and Derrick James doing their thing, and I believe Jermell truly thought Errol Spence is going to clean out this welterweight division sooner than everyone thinks, and then he's going to move up to try to dominate 154. So Jermell was like, you can't beat him, join him. So he joined the same stable. They have the same coach. So the guys that Spence is going to have on his hit list, if they're still around that division, will be Jarrett Hurd, will be Julian J. Rock Williams, possibly Austin Trout, Erickson Lubin, and whoever else comes out of nowhere and becomes one of the top guys. Shit, it may be possible when Errol Spence decides that he wants to go up to junior middleweight, Jermell Charlo may make his move up to middleweight. At that point, his older brother probably will have a championship or possibly even unify. And if they decide they want to split the belts, one has the WBA and WBC, and the other has the IBF and WBO, whatever way they decide to, share those titles, I really see that move coming. Errol Spence will dominate, and he will come out on top. Mark my word. This Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm out.
A nigga disrespect, though, yes, we ready to fight. In retrospect, the shit seemed petty. At the time, the shit was heavy, cause life was all about your name. You had to scrap with any nigga that would call you lame.